Welcome to 5 Minute Math with Coach Sharp. Today we're going to look at some two-step equations. Okay, so if you haven't watched our video on one-step equations, make sure you go back and do that first, and that will lead you into two-step equations. Okay, so why do we call it two-step equations? Well, pretty simply, it's going to take 2 steps to get our v by itself. Okay, so you'll notice that there's an 8 over here and also a 9 over here. So what we want to do is just like we did in our one-step equations, we want to draw a line down our equal sign. Okay. So now we got to decide, am I going to move the 8 first or my 9 first? Okay. Well, what we want to do is we want to leave whatever is closest to v for second. Okay. So we're going to look at this 9. What is the opposite of adding 9? Very good. That means we are going to subtract 9 on both sides. Okay. And so what that does is that eliminates our 9s on the left. So now I can bring down my 8v, and then I can focus on my right side, and I can do 25 minus 9, and that's going to give us 16. Okay? So now, we've gotten v to be a one-step equation now. So the opposite of multiplying by 8 is divide by 8, so we're going to take and divide 8 on both sides. And what that's going to allow us to do is cancel out our 8's here, or eliminate them, and we'll do 16 divided by 8, which gives us 2. Okay? So that gives us our answer of v is equal to 2. All right? So now, let's move on over here to question number 2. Okay? Our variable is r, and you'll see it's located up here. Okay? So now we've got a 5 underneath, which remember this means dividing by 5, just like in the one step. And we've also got a minus 8 here in the end. All right? We're going to draw our line down the equal sign again because we want to separate our left side from our right side. All right? So now, what do we want to move first to get r by itself? Okay? So very similar to number 1, the first thing we did was subtract. Okay? Over here, the first thing we're going to do is the opposite of minus 8. We're going to add 8 on both sides. Okay? So when working on two-step equations, it's important to remember that in most cases, we want to add or subtract first and then multiply or divide second. Okay? And of course, in all math, there is one little trick to the rule, and we'll go over that in a later episode. All right? So then we have negative 11 plus 8. We bring that down, and that gives us negative 3. And then over here, I'm going to bring my r over 5 down. Okay? So now what we've got is we've got it down to a one-step equation. So now, just like we did in problem number 1, we're going to take and we're going to do the opposite of what we see. Well, right now, we see we're dividing by 5. So what's the opposite? Multiply by 5. And if I do it on the right, then we're also going to do it on the left. So that'll help me eliminate my 5's on the right. I'll bring down my r, and 5 times negative 3 gives me negative 15. Okay? So what we've done is we've done these two problems right here with solving two-step equations. Okay? So what I would like for you to do is take a look at these problems here. All right? You've got 4 problems here that are very similar to number 1 and number 2. So I want you to go through and solve them for your variable. Okay? And once you get done solving, make sure you check down in the discussion at the bottom to make sure you got your answers right. Okay? All right. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching the video, and be on the lookout for another one.